All right, you guys. So let's talk about this. Evil eye has gotten out of control. Now, as a female empath, I've been subjected to evil eye since even before I knew what evil eye was. Okay, so with my understanding of how evil eye had gotten so out of control, you know, um, not being able to have access to being a conscious parent, one on one, hands on my children. That's a byproduct of the evil eye that I've experienced. Also, I'm able to understand how brothers feel who are not able to be fathers because they could be dealing with toxic feminines who's not cultivating emotional regulation. So we're gonna get some information about the evil eye energy that could be in your external environment and how to protect yourself from it. Okay, because we're in a time where if we do not protect ourselves energetically, protect ourselves financially, protect ourselves emotionally, protect ourselves mentally, a lot of injustice can occur, and you'll try to figure out how and why the injustice occurred in the first place. And a lot of it could be due to extreme heavy spell work, due to someone having evil eye toward you. So let's get information. Now we're going to be using the clairvoyant oracle as well as the witch's tarot. So in this particular message, we're going to be talking about how feminine energy has to be accountable. Yes, we are in a matriarchy um, aspect of life at this point in time, but that doesn't mean that feminine energy is just out here wilding out saying, I'm a woman, I want this, I get what I want. No, feminine energy has to be just as accountable as we would like to hold masculine energy. So, Spirit, please guide me, allow me to be a vessel of love and light. What do the viewers need to know about the energy of evil eye? So we have the Wheel of the Year and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so let's talk about it. I like this energy already. So what this is saying is that you have to set extreme boundaries. Well, healthily, you have to healthily set boundaries with people who utilize evil eye. The Queen of Swords is an energy that will not tolerate the Page of Wands energy, okay? The Queen of Swords is very fair, and the Queen of Swords does not have the energy to entertain immature, fueled endeavors from others, okay? So if you're dealing with individuals who can be extremely immature and who utilize evil eye, you have to set very severe boundaries with them to the point that they do not feel comfortable to come around you. Now, with the Queen of Swords, it's not that when I say that they don't feel comfortable around you, you don't want them to feel comfortable to the point where they feel like they can just, walk up to you and bring their brand of bullshit to your front door. Now, this doesn't mean that they're not going to try it, but when you're dealing with individuals who are extremely immature in nature and they're consciously testing your boundaries. You consistently keep these boundaries, and this will energetically protect you from people who are utilizing evil eye. Okay? The boundaries will protect you and your loved ones as you guys have wish fulfillment coming in. Most of the time, a lot of individuals who receive evil eye from individuals who are not able to manifest, it's because the people who are sending the energy of evil eye, they don't want the people who are effortless manifestors to receive their, wish fulfillment. Now, people who utilize evil eye would love to get access to the wish fulfillment, but they would still not actually appreciate it fully. They wouldn't actually take care of it. It's like if you give someone who's evil eyeing you something that you worked hard for, it would lose value. It would depreciate versus when you have it, it will have value. And this is where people who evil eye those who know how to take care of their manifestations, they have the mentality that what you have must be quote unquote expensive. It must be something that's quote unquote worth a lot of money. But what they're not seeing is that how you take care of yourself is how you'll take care of whatever it is you're asking for. So uh, clear boundaries are needed. The Queen of Swords energy is pretty direct. So this means instead of people who utilize evil eye, feeling comfortable to, force connections on you, they'll just simply sit back and watch and passively aggressively evil eye you instead of having them be chummy buddy with you. And you're just wondering, why is it that you are in the company of people that you feel you can't trust? Yet, the communication seems as if there's closeness. So the Queen of Swords energy is saying you want to create an atmosphere where people who utilize evil eye um, feel that they'll be exposed, especially you want them to basically become aware that their immaturity will be exposed if they try to act chummy with you. Okay. And this will allow you to continue receiving your wish fulfillment. Okay. A lot of times when people are manifesting, a good chunk of their manifestations are targeted by people who heavily utilize evil eye, who are not connected to self mastery, are not self aware, and actually self sabotage and self destruct quite often. So let's get you guys another message. What else does the collective need to know about evil eye? So we have passion, and we also have automatic writing. All right. With wisdom. Very interesting. I feel led to read the book for the automatic writing, though, for some reason. The art of automatic writing can go by many other names. It can be an important part of inspiration and the creative urge. Sometimes it may feel like wisdom or information is coming out of thin air and prompting you to write it down. Many writers or composers report experiencing a rush or flood of words or notes that have to be written down so quickly their hand can barely keep up. Whatever your skill level, the art of automatic writing is calling you today. If you wish to develop your intuition in a general way, complete a project you feel stuck on, or access guidance on an important matter, then you can learn to assist yourself through automatic writing. I feel led to stop here. So I feel as if the individuals who would normally evil eye people who are excellent manifestors don't actually take the time to cultivate skill sets, okay? Um, they simply just, covet skill sets, but they wouldn't actually take the time to master it with integrity. These are people who would abuse and exploit gifts. So I feel as if you are receiving evil eye, it's from people who desire your gifts, but they're not actually going to take the time to honor the gift at the core. Now, with this passion here, And the wheel of the year. The people who are possibly evil eyeing you, they feel that they can just, be reckless with whatever they have. So their mentality is that if they manifest, they can be reckless. Okay. Let's say they manifest $1 million. Let's say they manifest a new home. Let's say they manifest, their dream job. They feel that they can just do whatever they want, how they want, when they want it, not taking into consideration how their actions would negatively impact others. These are people who will play nice like politicians or crooked politicians anyway. They would play nice like crooked politicians to get, a stint in office. And then once they're in office, their true agenda will come out and they would still blame others for, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. But these are the people who would literally sign their signature on something that they wanted, and then they would go back and say, hey, I don't remember. I don't know why that happened. I don't know why this is taking place. Yet these are the people that, if investigations took place, when their signature would be noted to changes that they said they didn't know anything about, these are people who it, I feel like there are some people being exposed for overdoing things. Okay, you have so if you're a well balanced person and you're receiving your wish fulfillment and you're able to get more grounded into your sacral chakra from a balanced aspect of it, you're able to see from all sides, of manifestation. But the people I'm picking up who utilize evil eye, they think that they can just get away with just about anything. Okay. So with this automatic writing coming up, I feel as if this came up because I feel like you guys have some gifts and skill sets connected to your intuition. And I feel as if you're receiving evil eye, a good chunk of it is because the individual sending you the evil eye don't exactly want you to fine tune your intuition. Um, they may want to disconnect you from your intuition so you cannot protect yourselves from their ill intentions. A lot of individuals who are actually evil eyeing people, they're able to blend in to society and act as if all is well, but they actually, won't be bold and brave enough to say, hey, I'm evil eyeing you simply out of envy and jealousy. And this is how I've gone above and beyond to sabotage you behind the scenes, not realizing that I'm sabotaging myself. They won't actually be honest about this. These are people who will do white collar crimes and evil eye the shit out of you and then justify why they've evil eyed you and go to great lengths to hide how they're aware of how evil eyeing you has negatively been impacting you. So when you learn to protect yourself from their energy, this is where they start stalking, and this is where single white female syndrome can come up. So being that we're aware of this, and we're in a matriarchy system at this point, it's important that as females, we need to be mindful of where we are at emotionally. And we have to definitely self-discipline. Okay. Automatic writing, it teaches you to trust yourself. Okay. This young woman here is drinking a cup of tea. So I feel like you're being asked to strengthen your intuition. You could drink some tea that will support your intuition as well. And the wisdom that you gain from learning to trust your intuition will also help you be able to protect your energy from people who heavily utilize evil eye. Um, Because people who utilize evil eye, they're actually not using a good chunk of their psyches. A lot of their brains is underused. That's why it's easy for them to gaslight and say, I don't understand what you're saying. That's why they have resulted, to trying to convince others that you're doing something that will negatively impact your external environment. But the reality of it is, they don't want people to know that they're envious and jealous of you. So when you utilize wisdom, someone who's heavily utilizing evil eye because they're envious and jealous of you, because they're not using majority of their brains, this is where they miss a lot of red flags. Now, when a lot of individuals who are heavily utilizing evil eye are campaigning to turn people against you, it's very interesting how when they have resources, they're extremely cocky, but when they don't have resources, they lack humility. So, humility and utilizing wisdom can protect you from the energy of people who send you evil eye, okay? Especially if you have wish fulfillment coming in. You want to stay balanced. You want to make sure that you're still expressing your passions, but in a balanced, wise way. Because if you're watching this, you more than likely have wish fulfillment coming up with the wheel of the year being present. And the only reason you would be receiving evil eye in the manner that you're receiving it with this Queen of Swords is because you're no longer allowing immature energy with this Page of Wands to connect with you with this Three of Pentacles, okay? With this Nine of Cups, you see this individual, she's by herself, she's at peace. The reality is you wouldn't be able to enjoy this peace of satisfaction if you were, choosing to foolishly work with very immature individuals. And this is why, evil eye gets even more sneakier when you have clear boundaries where people can no longer act as if they don't know. Oh, I didn't know that you meant that. No, when you have clear cut boundaries, evil eye can go to a whole nother level. You'll have people utilize rituals to basically get you to lose your foundation. That means they want you to experience emotional despair, mental despair, physical despair. If you have children, they basically target your children. If you have a divine counterpart, or if you just have a healthy, happy romance, they want that to go up in flames as well. So this is where we're in a time where a lot of self-destructive tendencies of individuals who heavily utilize evil eye due to envy and jealousy will be exposed. If you know of someone who has a court custody battle, the individual who is heavily utilizing evil eye to win the case and could also be doing spell work, let's just say they're going to be receiving karma back, okay? Um, if you just know of a court case where someone has been doing spell work against you so that the court case can go in their favor while they're using evil eye, this is a time where you're going to understand why humility and wisdom protects you from the negative impacts of evil eye, okay? Evil eye, when you do not know how to protect yourself from it, it can wear and tear on your aura. And this is where a lot of bullying, physical bullying, can take place. Um, Evil eye over a long period of time can also result in physical damage occurring where you could literally have someone try to physically murder you. When I say evil eye can go to an extent where you would wonder how is it certain people are utilizing evil eye in the manner that they're utilizing it and have been able to blend into society seamlessly until now. The fact that those return to senders of the evil eye will be taking place um, this is where you're going to be able to see why it is that people who heavily utilize evil eye to destroy people's foundation, from, feeling like failures and being in a competitive greed, envious, fueled motivation, you'll see exactly why you're being asked to continuously cultivate humility and wisdom. Because when these people get this energy back, that's why they try to trauma dump onto other people. Now, when they don't have someone to trauma dump onto, they can only target themselves. So this is where you'll be able to see in this current time who's been evil eyeing you. You'll be able to tell the intentions that they had with the evil eye, because when the things happen to them, they'll go from being grim faced with joy at just simply thinking about how they wanted the evil eye they sent towards you to negatively impact you, to they'll go to a face where they're like, I wish I had just did shadow work. So that is the message that you guys do need to know about evil eye at this particular point in time. I think this is very important for us to be aware of how to protect our loved ones from evil eye, because there's a good chunk of individuals who are choosing to not emotionally regulate. There's, hold on, let's see what's going on. Anyway, those who are choosing to not emotionally regulate, with all these resources that we have here on how to, self master, um, to become, the captain of your own ship, metaphorically, there is no excuse to still be trying to figure out, how do I get to this place? What do I do? There's way too many resources, okay? There's way too many different resources on how to, excuse me, on how to connect with spirituality individually, without a predisposition of prior religious backgrounds. Okay, there's way too many resources at this point, so you have to understand, you want to make sure you keep your auras clear. You want to make sure, if you have children, you're protecting your children. You can simply pray over your children, because when I say, there's a lot of individuals who have abused and exploited evil eye to basically harm other people as bad as they feel. They do not care if this evil eye negatively impacts your children. Now, me, as a conscious parent, if I'm understanding how energy works and how we have to practically and logically apply this as we go about being responsible, mature adults, I put out this PSA to basically energetically protect you and your family from individuals who will be using evil eye passively aggressively with, very dark intention spell work behind the scenes, so that your wish fulfillments won't come in. These people are extremely reckless, where they're idiotic enough to target your children if the spell work isn't working on you. um So, basically, to wrap this up, you guys, we discussed, cultivating, maintaining, um, establishing, maintaining, and evolving humility, as well as, reining into wisdom. These energies of humility and wisdom, it keeps evil eye away. What I've noticed personally from my own experience, when others are heavily utilizing evil eye and they're having trauma be triggered within themselves. Um, what I notice is the more wisdom that I tap into, the more humility that I ground in, the looks go from malice to fear. Because if you carry the energy of wisdom, someone who's utilizing evil eye basically to have their basic needs met, um, when the reality of what's going to take place to them hits them, they realize that they asked for it because they specifically sent out intentions to harm you in a particular manner. Hold on. Now, what's quite interesting is those who heavily utilize evil eye, when they put out evil intentions to happen to people, when they have clarity that these evil intentions will actually happen to them, it becomes something like a TV show. So this is why I'm picking up. You guys pay attention to your external surroundings. You're gonna be able to tell who is evil eyeing you, because when they experience some turbulence, if they have more fear and they're not able to effectively and efficiently verbally communicate what's taking place, this means that evil eye is returning them full center and full effect, and whatever they hope would happen to you, especially if they use some insidious type of spell work, they're afraid of it happening to them. So this is where you don't allow an opening for false friendships, because this is where these people would try to trauma dump their karma of basically sending out evil intentions towards someone who is doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, the karma for there's also going to be a karma reading for what is their karma for evil eyeing you. Okay. The karma for evil eyeing someone and actually knowing what happens when you're evil eyeing them is very dire. So if you guys actually want to know what's going on, check out that reading. But without further ado, I hope that you guys enjoyed this PSA on how to protect your family from evil eye during this time. Love, peace, and happiness.